All right, so it all comes down to this episode 5 season finale of Hard Knocks training camp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Of course, season finale, last preseason game, and of course, a lot of roster cuts being made.
Yes, because now that all the roster cuts happen right after the last preseason game. It's not like spread out before.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I got to say this. For HBO, because that's where Hard Knocks is.
Yeah.
This season finale just had no oomph to it. No, I don't know how to describe it. It didn't feel like a season finale. It just felt like just another episode.
I would say the first couple episodes were really good.
Yeah.
And then episode 3, episode 4 kind of sucked.
Oh yeah.
And going into this episode, so all right, so
let's talk
the
about
biggest thing was going into preseason week 4. This is where a lot of the rookies and guys are on the bubble. Really try to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And try to get on this 53-man roster.
No stars are playing, so this is pretty much their time to shine and have as many reps as possible.
Yeah. Let's start off with the quarterback, man. Sefo Lafau, right?
Sorry we fucked it up. If he watches, I
Jesus
apologize.
Christ, Sefo Lafau, right?
I'm not gonna try. Don't
Look,
try.
he's a nice kid, right? He's a nice kid, but here's the thing about him, man. When it comes to fucking practice, when it comes to being in the room studying tape and everything, he doesn't seem to get it. He seems lost. But when it comes to in practice also,
practice meetings, just it doesn't look like it's registering. Right. But in the game,
he seems to be fine,
and he did pretty damn good. In the game.
Now in the beginning, he was getting fucking rushed, man. He was having like no time to get rid of that ball.
He's getting massacred. But you know what? You gotta give him props because if a guy's getting really massacred like that and he's not turning over the ball, I didn't really unless he did. I didn't actually watch the game, but on HBO. They didn't show any turnovers, him fucking up, nothing like that. So you got to give him props for not forcing it, just taking the hits, and it's not screwing up.
Yeah, and here's a little thing I would say about him, man.
Yeah.
Or not a little thing, but probably the biggest thing is just, I don't know, confidence. He needs more confidence in himself because, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the confidence needs to come on the field. His game comes out. The adrenaline's pumping. It's all play, right? He's not thinking. But when it comes to meetings, practices, it looks like he's thinking too much. Just go with it. You play football all your life, probably, right? I don't know his backstory, but you probably played football for a very long time.
Well, that's what Fitzpatrick.
Didn't seem like he was putting it together.
That's what Fitzpatrick would tell him. He was like, "Hey, listen, look, you've been playing football long enough. You know what to do. Go out there, have fun, but know your limitations.
Yeah,
and just." Go out there and do your thing. Don't leave the game with any regrets.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's probably the best advice I've heard Ryan Fitzpatrick ever say, and that's great advice.
But nonetheless, at the end, he ended up getting cut.
Yeah,
they're only going to keep 2 quarterbacks, and we knew it. The second one was going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick, the veteran.
The only guy that was going to compete with Ryan Fitzpatrick was Ryan Griffin, who got hurt in the first preseason game. So there's no chance that Sefo was fighting an uphill battle, and it was pretty much, it was just too much.
Let's see. Another person that was showcased a lot during this season was Jeremy McNichols, the running back. He kept on with the same problems. He can't block. And he doesn't show his full potential when he gets the ball.
Yeah, it looked like it was just the stage was too big for him, which is shocking.
It's all mental shit, man.
It was shocking to me because he was Snoop Dogg's one of his players growing up, and of course, gotta think about it. If you have Snoop Dogg around, you gotta be used to the spotlight, right? Mm-hmm. People watching Snoop. Everybody's there. Everybody wants to see Snoop. Yeah. Snoop D-O-double-G. But he just looked like he was just out of his element.
Yeah.
He had no confidence, and we saw even Jameis Winston in the hotel room with him, and going over the playbook, helping him out, trying to coach him up, but he just looked too bottled up. Didn't they say bottled up? He looks too stiff.
Just a lot of it's the mental, thing about him. I mean, because otherwise he's got great talent. He's got the ability.
Don't they say that sports?
That's what everyone's saying.
Sports is 50% mental.
It probably more than that. I mean, but
probably
he can't
more.
seem to get through it. But nonetheless, he got cut, and they wanted him to be back on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And Jeremy McNichols,
God, he said no.
He told him no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is this the first time you've ever seen that happen on a Hard Knocks?
Knocks?
Where someone gets asked to be on the practice squad and they say no. I'm trying to remember.
Well, he got an offer from the 49ers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So he got an offer from the Niners.
Yeah.
And he passed on the Bucs, and he's going to San Francisco. Do you think that was a smart move, or do you think he should have stayed with the Tampa Bay Bucs?
To tell you the truth, I think it's actually a smart move. And hear me out. Hear me out. This is why. Because you look at the Tampa Bay Bucs team. If you're literally coming on the practice squad and they want to develop you, right? And you're like, okay, maybe I can make the team and move up. Doug Martin's still a pretty young guy. He's not too old, right? And they have Jaquez Rogers and so Charles Sims. They're pretty much loaded at running back, right? Depth-wise. Now, you look at the 49ers. They have Carlos Hyde, but who's injury prone. Mm-hmm. We don't know if he's going to really fit into Kyle Shanahan's offense. Mm-hmm. And it's a whole new team. So maybe he feels like I can maybe move up in a brand new team, new system over there. And that's maybe my mindset. Maybe this system just didn't work for him.
You know what?
I don't know.
No, you know what I think it was? I think he just like they said the coaches. I think he just bitched out. He was pissing and moaning.
That could have been it too.
He got his fucking feelings hurt on a huge hit television show, and he said, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm going somewhere else."
Yeah, it could be that too. I just either both of them actually make sense. It could be a little bit of both. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Now, another guy that got showcased during this season, and we learned the fate of was let's see. Dante Dye, a hard worker, a guy who is off and on with the Tampa Bay Bucs since 2015. He was injured, right? He was injured for the first couple preseason games.
Yeah, I think I heard like the first week of practice.
Yeah,
and I love this kid, man. He
great
put in
work
a lot of work.
He's very positive guy.
Yep.
But you know what? There wasn't any room for him, and he got cut.
Yeah, man. And I was hoping they were going to bring him back for the practice squad, but they decided to go with another player besides him.
Yeah.
But I love this kid, man. He was working on he had really strong hands, man. They were showcasing that a lot. Mm-hmm. And this kid put in work, and I like his upbeat attitude still. And I think he's going to go to another team, and I think he'll be fine. He'll be like he's going to be a good slot receiver, in my opinion.
I want to talk about two guys that were also showcased. One guy in particular. All right, and they're just like night and day of each other. Riley Bullough and Bobo Wilson, wide receiver and linebacker. Riley Bullough.
Yeah,
Riley Bullough fucking was probably the best guy of like the most popular person of the Tampa Bay Bucs during Hard Knocks this season, right? Yeah. Very popular, great work ethic. He's a natural-born leader. Did you see that speech that he gave in the preseason before that last preseason game?
Fuck yeah, it was amazing.
A couple of guys were even said, this guy's a natural-born leader.
He's a fucking leader, man. Yeah. And that's what even the coaches even talked about in the very first episode. They put a star on him and said, this guy knows how to lead.
Yeah.
This is what you fucking do. He knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's audibling. He's telling people where to go. That's a guy that knows how the game works. But
unfortunately, this guy doesn't really seem to learn how to read the NFL game,
especially passing.
Yeah,
that's his biggest issue. Remember, Dirk Cutter was talking about how it's just his passing, and they kept mentioning it. He can't turn the hips. Like he's not as a linebacker, and especially in NFL nowadays. It's going more to the passing game, right? They're throwing it 30 times a game. You got to be able to cover that. And he just is not getting to that. Maybe he needs to loosen up a little bit, but yeah, maybe eventually.
But I want to compare him to another person that was showcased during the season was Bobo Wilson, wide receiver.
Oh, God,
this guy, he's got talent, right? But man, this guy is a fucking asshole. He's like, he seems like a spoiled little brat who wants everything handed to him or people to cater to him. He's all about himself, I mean,
I ain't listen to that shit. I don't listen to that shit when coach is trying to coach him up. Like, what?
So Riley Bullough and Bobo Wilson completely different in that, and how they handle shit.
Yeah.
Both of them end up making the practice squad, right?
Yes.
But Bobo damn near didn't. And what happened there?
Oh my God. So first off, after the last preseason game, what'd they tell him? Hey,
they told everybody.
Hey, we're gonna be calling you in the next couple of days. Be by your phone. If you get that call, well, you might need to come in. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Be close. And they call this guy, and he's all the way in fucking Miami at home. He's I came home for the weekend.
I could not believe what I fucking heard. I was like, he left when they specifically told him don't go anywhere. And so when he told him I'm in Miami.
Oh my God.
They were like, you have until 1 o'clock the next day to get your ass here.
And I was pissed because I want Dante Dye to be on the practice squad over Bubba Wilson.
Right.
But remember they made that comment. They're like, man, if he doesn't fucking get here tomorrow by 1 p.m., then we're gonna hit Didi up, and that's Dante Dye.
And you know what? I bet you he watched that episode today.
Yeah.
And Dante Dye was like, fuck, that asshole made the team.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Because if he would have had the full preseason, maybe they would have went Dante Dye.
I think so. Now, a big reason, honestly, in my opinion, why Bubba Wilson made the team.
He's got talent, man. He's got game.
Not just that. It's his connection with Jameis Winston.
They both come from
Jameis Winston.
Same college.
Apparently is huge lover of this guy. Like, he loves.
What did he call him?
He called him a little Antonio Brown, which blows my mind. First off, but yeah, apparently they played together at Florida State. Mm-hmm. He's a big supporter of him. He talks about him all the time in the meeting rooms. Coaches talked about that, and even though you may not like the guy, if it makes your quarterback happy and keeps the spirit up, you kind of always want to have that guy around in a kind of a sense, like more of a support role. That's probably why they kept him on the practice squad rather than the roster. Because let's get real here, this guy's got the talent, but he doesn't have the mentality for it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, who knows if he had the right mentality? Let's see how far he can go in the NFL. Yeah. Because on special teams, he looked fucking amazing.
Special teams,
and as a receiver, I mean, he had that touchdown that got called back, but
yeah,
he looked good. Yeah. He looked good.
Yeah, he's got the talent. It's just like we talked about with Jeremy McNichols. Mentality, your mental state has a huge key thing in sports. And Jeremy McNichols not confident. Or Bubba Wilson too confident and too cocky and won't listen to nobody. Both of those aspects can hurt you. And I don't know. I don't know about Bubba, man.
Yeah. But going back to Riley Bullough, though. So he makes a practice squad. And Cameron Lynch, a guy he was battling for position for. Yeah. Cameron Lynch looks fucking great.
Yeah, he looked great. He looked fucking great. And that he looked, especially last preseason game. And that's the thing that, both of those guys were pretty much neck and neck through the whole preseason. And that last game, that's what it's all about. It's about who's going to show up when they have the most opportunities. Because you can make one mistake here and there, but how are you going to bounce back? How are you going to play the whole game? And he was making tackles left and right. He forced that fumble, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
All right, so that about does it for Tampa Bay Bucs Hard Knocks. Now I do want to add though that they did add T.J. Ward from the Broncos.
I was gonna bring that up. I guess maybe they recorded and wrapped everything up before.
I was hoping
it happened.
It had to happen. Yeah, obviously it had to happen before they.
Well, yeah, because all the cuts happened and stuff. Yeah, that's probably why. I really wanted to see T.J. Ward. That's a fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a great pickup by the Bucs.
I can't believe T.J. Ward got cut. Broncos, what the fuck are you thinking?
And the way they handled it, T.J. Ward ripped the Denver Broncos about how unprofessional they were about handling him. And you know what? That safety going to the Tampa Bay Bucs, that's a great pickup for you guys.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, going into week 1, it looks like the Tampa Bay Bucs might not be able to play week 1, or y'all might have to change your venue or the day y'all are gonna. Y'all definitely are not playing Sunday.
Definitely not in Miami anyway.
No.
Because the Hurricane Irma, hopefully everybody stays safe out there. But yeah, they're not going to play in Miami. They said they might move to a new location or a different date.
They might play Friday, a Saturday, in a different venue, obviously. Or they might reschedule all the way to week 11. That was another thing thrown out there.
Yeah, because both teams have the same bye week, which is week 11.
There's no way that's going to happen.
If I was a team, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, no, I need my bye week. I need that. You take a bye in the middle of the season to take rest.
I say it's going to be a Friday or Saturday game, and it's going to be at some other location. I know that's really tough to do, to book a location and get everybody there. But to reschedule all the way to week 11... that's crazy to me. But everybody watching this that lives out there in Florida, hey man, we're thinking about you guys.
Yeah, be safe.
Hope y'all stay safe.
Hey, we Houston, we're in Dallas, but Houston and Galveston,
all what happened down south.
Yeah, a lot of shit happened out here.
And this storm is going to be
worse. Category 5, I think, today.
Yeah, that's nothing crazy to mess with.
So yeah, thoughts and prayers out to everybody out there.
And all right, so yeah. Season 12, Hard Knocks, Tampa Bay Bucs. Overall, Sean, did you enjoy it? I would say.
I would say it left a sour taste in my mouth. It started off so great, I was so excited, and then it just died on me.
It's like zebra bubblegum. I don't know if you remember that, or eating a good cereal. It starts off great, and then it just like gets all soggy. And you're like, I don't want this anymore.
It's like you pour the Cocoa Puffs in the milk, and like you forget,
right?
And it gets too soaked up. You're watching a cartoon, you're like, shit, and it's just nothing.
So, but definitely better than last year's.
Anything's better than Jared Goff and Jeff Fisher.
Hopefully next year the Chicago Bears get Hard Knocks.
No.
That'd be great to see.
How about the Dallas Cowboys?
Hey,
the Dallas Cowboys should be up for
maybe
renewal, maybe.
So if John Fox doesn't get fired, Chicago Bears, we were already on that short list for a Hard Knocks. So hopefully we get that next year.
Hey, that'd be interesting.
Mitch Trubisky. But hey, you guys, let us know what you thought about Hard Knocks. Season finale down in the comment section below.
Yep.
And, that's it. No more Hard Knocks. No more preseason. We're getting right to it. It's the start of the actual NFL season.
Wait, the season?
The season. And, hey, Tampa Bay Bucs fans, I got quite a bit of guys of your team on my fantasy team.
We both do.
So,
I have Mike Evans. You have Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is one of my favorite players.
You love him. You want his nuts. I have Doug Martin. I have James Winston. So we both like the Tampa Bay. They have a lot of potential. We'll see.
Good luck to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers this coming up season. A lot of potential. A lot of hype to it. We'll see how it ends up coming out this NFL season. All right, guys. That does it for us. For our Hard Knocks reviews.
Later.
We appreciate you guys watching them. Later.